welcome back to Penny's 2 Cents. It's your girl Penny, and this is my awesome dad,
George.
Guys, today I made us a lunch. You know, times are getting tough, okay? And I want to do some videos where you cook stuff from your pantry or what you got in a freezer type meals. And I call them throw together meals. My mom was queen at making throw together meals. So today I made a chili mac. Now we're letting this cool a little bit before we get started. So I want to tell you a little bit about how I made this. Okay, that's what we're doing, okay? So anyway, I went through my pantry. I always usually try to keep some sort of pasta in my pantry. Sometimes I don't, okay? I made a pasta dish. I had ordered like 2 boxes of these pastas. So I had some small shells in my pantry, okay? I pulled those out and I'm like, I'm gonna do something with those. What am I doing? Guys, it sounds weird, but I had a can of Bush's original baked beans in my pantry. I've had them quite a while. They're still within date, but I've had them quite a while. I was gonna make them with like some barbecue chicken or something, and I never got to it, okay? So I pulled that can of Bush's baked beans out. Are you with me here? I'm making a chili mac with Bush's baked beans, okay? Tomato paste. I always have a can of tomato paste or 2 in my pantry. I opened this up, okay? So some tomato paste. Diced tomatoes. Petite diced tomatoes is what I had in my pantry. I have a can of those. And I also had a can of Rotel mild with green chilies, okay? And I pulled out a pound of hamburger out of the freezer. I'm going to let Dad get started and I'm going to talk some more on how I put this together, okay? So let's let Dad get started eating. He's been waiting patiently. He said it smelled good and all those things, so we'll let him get started. So get a hold of that puppy. There you go. And I'll help you out here in a minute, Dad. Just take your time. And anyway, so when I got a big pot of water, boiled my noodles. I boiled them under. It says like 7 to 8 minutes or something. I boiled them for like 5 or 6 minutes and drained them. I took a pound of hamburger, stuck it in one of my bigger pots so I could move this stuff around, right? So I took a pound of hamburger and a couple of onions. I always have onions here at the house, a bag of onions. So I threw a couple onions in there, browned that up, did my seasonings, onion powder, garlic powder, black pepper. I did put a little bit of Lowry seasoning salt in it, okay? Brown that all off, drain the oil, okay? Drain most of the oil out of there. Then I started putting my tomatoes in. My Rotel, my petite diced tomatoes. That was after the hamburger was cooked, okay? So, like I said, hamburger's cooked, then Rotel, then petite diced tomatoes. Like I said, I had those Bush's baked beans. I threw those in there, and I just had a little bit of that on the side of there. And I threw half a can of this tomato paste. I'm going to save the rest of this tomato paste. I'm going to put it in a baggie and freeze it and use it that way in something else, okay? What else did I do? Oh, I had some like sliced American cheese. Not the plastic wrapped kind. The deli American sliced American cheese, okay? The deluxe. I had some of that and I had like, I don't know. I thought I only had like 6 slices, so I threw all 6 slices in there, and I'm like, oh, I got 2 slices left. I ain't keeping that. So I ended up throwing like 8 slices of the American cheese in here, just to give it something a little different. How's it tasting, Dad?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Pretty good. Eggshells,
hamburger, pasta shells, not eggshells. Pasta shells. Hamburger. It tastes really good to me. You know, I've tasted it while I was seasoning it up and stuff, so I kind of knew what I was getting into. It tastes really good. Some people would call this like a form of goulash. My mom would call this a goulash. Some people call it like a chili mac. Okay. Here's the fun part about this, guys. There's so many ways to go about this. I'm gonna give you some substitutions, okay? Say if you want beans in it, but you don't want to put the Bush's baked beans. You don't have those in your cabinet. Say you have a can of kidney beans or chili beans or those ranch style beans. Use whatever beans you got, okay? Use whatever canned beans you got. I think it's gonna be great in here, okay? I just had some Bush's. What I liked about these Bush's, putting these in here, it gives it a little sweet taste.
Yeah.
From the brown sugar, bacon brown sugar in the Bush's baked beans. It gives it a little sweet taste, and I'm really digging that. Because a lot of times in my chili, I'll put a little bit of sugar in it to give it that little sweet taste. But I didn't have to, because these were sweet. Okay? Same way with the tomato paste. If you have ketchup, or if you have Campbell's tomato soup, okay? Anything that has tomatoes in it. Same way with the diced tomatoes in the Rotel. Okay, same way with the diced tomatoes in it, Rotel. You have some cans of tomato soup. You have like the crushed tomatoes. Stick those in there. Anything with tomato. You have some jarred pasta sauce. Use that instead of the diced tomatoes in that, okay? If you need a little more liquid, add a little water to it, okay? You could use any kind of macaroni in this. You could use spaghetti. You could do it with rice. You could do it with rice, guys. I could have ate that chili just like it was without any noodles at all, to be honest. It tasted really good before I even added the noodles. But the noodles bulk it up, right?
Yeah.
The noodles makes it twice as much. So if you're trying to get multiple meals or you're trying to feed multiple people, that's really good.
I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. It's really, really good. Really, really good. There's, like I said, there's so many different things that you can substitute for your tomatoes. I know a lot of you have like tomato soup in your pantry, and that's good things to keep, guys. Diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, tomato pasta sauce, you know, like tomato marinara sauce, Rotel, the Rotel cans. They're not very expensive, okay? And sometimes you can get these things on sale. We all know that, right? Sometimes they got like 2 for $1 if you get lucky. Lift your spoon up a minute, Dave. Lift it up.
Okay.
I'm just bringing the stuff forward so you can grab easier, maybe. Be careful, I put a lot forward. What would you call this combination, guys? Would you call it a chili mac? I think my mom would call it like a form of goulash. She would probably cringed at me when she heard that I put American cheese in there, but I kind of like it in there. Dad's having some issues trying to keep it on the spoon, so I'm going to give him some help here. So would you call it chili mac, or would you call it like a goulash, a form of goulash?
Goulash.
You think it's like a goulash too?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of leaning towards chili mac, because when I put all the meat and tomatoes and all that stuff together, the beans, and tasted it without the macaroni, okay, I tasted chili, a form of chili, okay. But I think my mom would have called this goulash up until the point when I put the American cheese in it. Then I don't know what she would have called it. She'd have been like, oh, it's not that kind of goulash. getting the hiccups. Honest opinion though, guys. Say like if you had some shells or some macaroni of some kind. You had some of those Bush's baked beans, okay? You had some form of tomatoes, like tomato soup or diced tomatoes or some rotel or whatever. You had some tomato paste. If you had some of those items, or all those items, would you have came up with this? Is this something you would have thrown together? Let me know. And some hamburger or ground turkey or ground chicken. I would make it with any ground meat that I had, okay? Let me know if you would have thought to just throw that stuff together. A lot of us have because we've had to. And that's why I said times are getting tough, right? Times are getting tough. People's not getting paid as well. Let's put it this way. People's money's not stretching as far as it used to. Okay, our grocery bills are going up, our utility bills are going up, our car gas is going up, all that stuff's going up, cost of living's going up, but the pay isn't really keeping up with the cost of living. We can all agree with that, right? And then now we got the government shut down, and you know, people might not get their SNAPs or food assistance or other money assistance from the government for November, maybe longer. That really scares me for a lot of people. It really does. I just know from experience, when you have a little extra money, don't think, oh, now I can go buy those pair of shoes I wanted. First think, do I got a lot of, do I have meats in my freezer? Do I have pantry items like flour, tomatoes, soups, beans, pastas? Do I have those things in my pantry? Because those things will last a long, long time. Even though the package might say it's expired, it's not really expired. It says best buy date on most of that stuff. That's why they put it in a can in the first place, for it to last a long, long time. Okay, so like I said, this is what we have to do now. This is what we're facing in the next, I don't know how long. This recession and the cutbacks on the assistance and all those things is scary. It's scary. And I know a lot of the penny pinchers crew are on fixed incomes. And we feel for you guys. We really do. Dad's on a fixed income. I'm kind of on a fixed income because I'm trying to be here and do here, right? So I'm kind of on a fixed income as well. I ain't rolling in the bucks. I'm not. Okay? Dad's not rolling in the bucks. So we got to do things like this in between. If you don't fill our tummies right now.
Yeah.
Can I make this anytime?
Yeah, anytime.
Anytime. Okay.
This is eggshell noodle.
No.
Eggshell.
Pasta shell.
A pasta shell.
It's not
noodle.
eggshell. You gonna eat an eggshell? It was a pasta shell noodle. You can make it with macaroni.
I got the macaroni.
Yeah. You can make it with macaroni. You can make it with any kind of pasta you want. I think the shell pasta is just easier for Dad to get on the spoon. The smaller macaronis is easier for him to get on the spoon. Easier to eat. It all tastes the same to me. It's pasta, right? It's all pasta. Yeah, keep you some rice. Keep you some pasta in the... I want to sit down one day, because I just do it out of memory. But I want to sit down one day and just write all the things I would like to keep in my pantry. Because I'm slowly clearing it all out. And then I want to sit down and just write different things I'd like to keep in there. A bag of sugar, right? Flour, self-rising, or all-purpose flour, or both. Cornmeal. You getting full? There's 2 or 3 more little bites.
Okay.
Can you handle that?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to overfill you. So that's a question, guys. Since I want to make a list, I'm asking you too. And it'll help everybody in the Penny Pinterest crew, because I know a lot of you read the comments. In the comments, write a little list of like what you think is very important to keep in your pantry. Seasonings, you know, canned vegetables of certain kinds. Which ones do you always keep in your pantry? Let me know. Let everybody know. Because we're all going to be feeling the crunch. We're all going to be feeling the crunch. One of our Penny Pinterest crew has a cattle farm. And she said the prices on, you know, what they get out of their cattle is not, it's not measuring up to what it normally it does, okay? And they're feeling the crunch. I know a lot of you are on fixed incomes and are probably on some sort of a food assistance program. And you're feeling the crunch, especially here in November, if some of those programs aren't paying like they normally do every month. So let us know what you got in your pantries, what you're hoping to, how you're hoping to make your dollar stretch, how you're hoping to keep yourself fed and your family fed. We've all been there though, man. We've all been there. Then you got these trolls out here trolling these food videos and stuff, and they're like, where's the vegetables? Sometimes you can't afford fresh vegetables, okay? Sometimes you have to eat the canned vegetables, and sometimes the canned vegetables sometimes are better than the fresh vegetables. I'm sorry.
Tell you what, everything is fixed and good here.
What score out of 10 would you give this now?
It is 10.
Me too. Me too. I would definitely give this a 10. So yeah, leave in the comments. Like I said, I want to make out a list just for myself. I think it'll help a lot of you too. The stuff you want to keep in your freezer, and stuff you want to keep in your refrigerator, and stuff you want to keep in your cabinet, your pantry cabinet, your food cabinet. Anything you can think of, add it to the list. That everybody's going to be added to it, I hope. I want to make a list because in general, every food shopping trip that I do, I'm going to take, $5, $10, I don't know, somewhere in that range, and get, cans of tomato paste, cans of diced tomatoes, cans of soups, cans of canned beans like this, you know what I mean? I'm going to get some of those things because when it comes down to crunch, when it comes down to you don't have much money, you could just throw this together. You know what I mean? Because I had a hamburger in my refrigerator, so I didn't feel much of a crunch. I had all these things, right? I didn't have to go shopping to get these things. I just threw them together, and now we got lunch. Possibly we're going to eat it for supper. If not, I'm going to take 2 containers and freeze some so we can eat it for another day too as well. But that's what we got to do. And don't make it, if you keep some of these things in your pantry, it doesn't feel like you're skimping or anything. It doesn't feel like you're...
No.
This doesn't taste like a cheap meal.
Cheap meal.
It don't taste like a cheap meal. Okay?
No, it
really
tastes good.
It's really good. Good job, Benny. I thought the Bush's baked beans sounded weird. I seen them in the cabinet. The Bush's baked beans.
Okay.
It was bacon with brown sugar. I thought it sounded weird at the first when I pulled it out, and I'm like, it's beans. It'll go in chili, right? It's a good form of protein. You eat them with burgers and stuff like that. So why not put it in? I've never put Bush's baked beans in like a chili type situation before. But what I'm telling you, this is bringing some flavor. It's bringing that little bit of sweetness, like I said, in any chili. A normal chili without the Bush's baked beans. I'd put some sugar in it to cut down on the acid, to give it a little sweetness. You don't have to. if you use this, because it takes that sweetness from the brown sugar in this. It does really good. It's really good. I liked adding the American cheese too. I just threw in like 6 slices, and I counted. I only had like 2 more slices in my package. 6 slices would have been enough. I had like 2 more slices in my package. I'm like, so 8 slices of American cheese. You wouldn't have to put it in there, but I kind of like it. Kind of made it like a creamy, like almost like a chili mac and cheese type situation. It was super good. Super good.
I'm full.
You're full and it doesn't feel like you ate nothing. It doesn't feel like you ate something super cheap. Just because you're broke doesn't mean you have to eat cheap. You know what I mean? In theory, it's cheaper, but it's not cheap. Once you put all those stuff together and season it up the way you like it. I saw the other day. Now, I don't have a big freezer. I saw the other day, when I was a kid, Mom would do this too. She would freeze milk. I also seen her freeze loaves of bread. I don't have a big freezer, so I don't have a lot of room for that. So I saved my freezer for like frozen vegetables and frozen meats. Okay, that's mostly what's in my freezer. And Dad's, I try to keep ice cream in there for Dad. Okay, he likes ice cream as a snack sometimes. So I don't have a very big freezer. So I try to keep meats in like bags of vegetables. Frozen vegetables. But I saw a lady take blocks of cheese or bags of shredded cheese and throw it in her freezer. I've never done that, but it works. You know, you just take it out and unthaw it. So I've never done that. I might do that sometimes, because sometimes at Kroger, I've seen it at Walmart too. Sometimes they have like 2 bags for like the price of 1, or 2 bags for a lot cheaper than just getting 1 bag. And sometimes I just get 1 bag because I'm thinking I ain't gonna eat all that cheese. But man, if they have that sale, why not get 2 bags, put 1 up in the freezer? It's there, you know? So what are some other odd things that you freeze? Same with, like I said, this tomato paste. I got a half a can here. I'm gonna dig it out, put it in a I got like a little silicone cup holder thing. I might put it in that and then put it down in a baggie and just freeze it. Then when I want to pull it out and just plop it out of my little silicone holder, so I don't waste my tomato paste, because usually you don't use a whole can of tomato paste in something. I only use like a half a can. But what other like things like that do you freeze? I just don't have a lot of room in my freezer, so I have to be picky and choosy about what I put in my freezer. But anyway, that lunch was delicious.
No, it was good.
It was good?
It was good.
Are you ready to let these guys go?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. We hope you all have a great lunch, a great dinner, or a great late night snack. But most of all, guys, we hope you have a great day.
A great day and a better tomorrow. And God bless you all.
Yes, guys. God bless. Come back tomorrow. See what we're eating. See what we're reviewing. See if we like it or not. Until tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.